Well, today, the Pleasure Lady wants to sit there and show you how to make sweet, spicy cookies. And it couldn't be any easier because it all comes from that basic cookie mix that I showed you earlier how to mix. So let's get started.
Well, good day, YouTubers. Today, we're going to make another cookie out of this nice little basic cookie mix that we have. And what we're going to make today is sweet and spicy cookies. I think you're going to sit there and remember this one. It was quite popular with children and adults. And as soon as we make it and you taste it, I'm pretty sure you're going to agree that it's going to take you right back down that memory lane. Well, at least for me it did. So, what we're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 375 and lightly grease your baking sheets. And now in a bowl here, you're going to want to sit there and take 2 cups of our basic mix. Well, I know I have 2 cups left in here, but we're going to still measure it out. Like I told you, I knew what was going to measure out. You're going to want to add 4 tablespoons of molasses. Now, I want to give you a little tip. When you're measuring out your molasses, I went ahead and I pre-sprayed the inside of my tablespoon here. That way when I'm measuring out the molasses, it's going to come right out of the measuring device that you're needing. Let's say it's a 1/4 cup. You're going to find out it comes right out. See how it's all coming right off? Half a teaspoon of vanilla. Your eggs. I'm going to add 1 egg. It all depends upon the size. I always like to start out with the 1. Sometimes I don't have to add both eggs. So I'm starting out with the 1 egg. And then we're going to be needing half a teaspoon of ginger. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then half a teaspoon of allspice. Okay, now you're going to want to stir that until it's all blended. So go ahead and stir this all up. I'll be back when we have ours all mixed up. Alright, I just want to give you a close-up view of what it looks like. All mixed up. I didn't have to add the other egg. Like I said, it all depends upon the humidity that's in the air, the time of year that you're making these, the size of the egg that you're using. But this is how you want it. Now I'm going to grab my greased cookie sheets and we're going to drop these by teaspoonfuls on it about 2 inches apart. Alright, now that I have the dough all down on to our cookie sheet, now you're going to want to sit there, grab yourself a bowl, pour some sugar in, not that much. And what I like to do first is I like to prepare the bottom of my mason jar, or you could use a drinking cup. And now I'm going to sit there and take the bottom of my canning jar here, dip it in the sugar, get it all coated full of sugar, and now I'm going to go up by the cookie and flatten the cookie out. Go ahead, dip it back into the sugar, and do that to all the cookies. Just as such. And there, as you see, I have done all my cookies. And now it's ready to be baked. You're going to bake these for 8 to 10 minutes or until the edges are browned. Now this recipe will give you about 20, whoops, caught the camera. This recipe will give you about 24 cookies. Now I'm going to pop these in the oven. And here they are, straight from the oven. And now we're going to let these cool a little bit on the cookie sheets before I remove them and put them on a cookie rack to further cool them. And there they are, cooling off on the baker's rack. And now, doesn't that take you back down memory lane? I know it does for me. My great-grandma Miller always had these in her kitchen. So, and I want to break it open and show you just all that goodness on the inside. And they taste so much better than the store-bought version. And that's how easy it was to make the sweet and spicy cookies out of our basic cookie mix. So if you liked what you saw here today, be sure to give me a like, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell, that way you'll always know every time I do put out a new video. And most of all, thank you for stopping by, and y'all come back now. You hear?